Hi fishies, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Mermaid Lelie, a professional mermaid performer from Belgium, and today we're gonna start on a 3-part series on how to sew on sequins. It's something a lot of you asked on my Instagram, so today is the day and we're gonna start. Part 1 will be about thread that you can use, part 2 will be about sewing sequins on by hand, and the third part will be about sewing sequins on with your sewing machine. So let's dive into the thread part. I have 3 examples here with me. Exhibit A, Exhibit B, Exhibit C. First up, we're going to start with this one, because this is the one that gets mentioned the most often. This is just like a nylon thread. It's kind of the same thing as you can use for a fishing rod, but this one is a little thinner. A lot of people prefer this one because they feel like this won't dissolve in water, and they're scared with other threads that it will. They also feel like this can snap less, and most of the time they actually just use the wire for fishing rods because you can get it in a variety of thickness, and then they get the thickest one. I prefer this one. I feel like the thicker ones are very hard to tie a knot in, and this one I feel like it's easier, but I would say if you want to use the nylon threads, just buy a variety of thickness and try it out. I bought this one years ago at a fabric fair, so I don't really know where you can buy these. Sometimes also sold as invisible serger thread. Then Exhibit B, just regular polyester, very important polyester sewing thread for your sewing machine. Actually, you can get this in a variety of colors, and this is the one that I use the most. I try to match the color with my sequins. This is also the material that they use to actually make bathing suits or bikinis, things that go in the water a lot, so it's strong enough. When do I use this? When do I use this? If I feel like I should need to change the color of my thread too often, then I will use this. If it doesn't matter that much, then I prefer to use this. Also, my sewing machine prefers this. I can use this relatively easily on my sewing machine, but I know that there are some sewing machines who aren't a fan of this kind of thread. Then there is Exhibit C. Also going to show you the top because that's important here. I think you can read it. This is 100% cotton. Please do not use this with any type of things that you're gonna use in the water, especially with chlorine, but also with salt water. For fresh water, it doesn't matter that much, but cotton is a natural product. And if you use it, for example, for your bikini bottoms, it could happen that you go out of the water and just all of your seams are busted because it dissolves over time, and especially with chlorine, it can dissolve very quickly. In salt water, it will also dissolve pretty quickly. In fresh water, a little bit less. This just wasn't made to be submerged in water for hours at a time, which can be the case with your top or your tail. So please be wary of it and use only the other ones. You can use nylon thread or polyester thread. Don't use this kind of cotton thread, since they also make fibers out of bamboo and hemp. But I think in that case it will be the same story as for the cotton threads, and it will dissolve way faster than the other ones. The other ones might break, but they won't really dissolve. This is the end from our little chat about threads. Next Monday, the next video that will be up will be about how to sew on sequins by hand. If you want to be able to start work on your project right after I air that video, make sure you buy the right thread and you buy some sequins so that you have all your materials ready to go. I can't wait to see what you'll be making with it. If you like my tips, please share it with your friends, everyone, on whatever social media platform you are. I really, really appreciate that. But also, if you make something, please share it with me, or I'll be very sad. No, I just really like to see it if people make something, or if they take some tips from me and then they use it and how they use it in their own way. Or if you have other tips, I also really like to know them because I can still learn a lot. I've been sewing for more than 10 years and I still learn new things. But thank you very much, and I will see you next time, fishies. Bye! It's it's a request. It's a request. I prefer this one. I also mostly sew on with